Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday message for October 17th, 2021. The message for today is, you were born to create. You are a creator of the world you live in. But the question is, how are you creating? Are you creating through your oneness with Source? Or are you creating through your own thoughts, words, and desires without any thought of Source from within you? The message for today comes from the book, The Way of Mastery, chapter 30. And what I'd like to begin is by talking about the difference between creating and making. Making involves planning what you want to do based on what you already know. And then you find a way to bring it into being according to your own ideas. Making always has an element of fear in it, since the ego itself is the fundamental contraction of fear. Creating is quite different. Being made in the Creator's image, your only function is to serve as a conduit through which the beauty of love can be expressed in ways that can be seen in the world. You know, an artist does this with painting with their brushes. A singer has the songs that they gift. A writer gives their word to the world. A friend has a smile for you, and a gardener gives their whole essence to the world through their garden. You are in an act of extending creation whenever you surrender your own ideas of what a thing is or is for, and choose only to do that what you do in order to enjoy the presence of love and the offerings that love to whomever or whatever will receive it. Creation is the process in which the Creator itself extends himself or herself from the world of the formless into the world before them. So let's say you invite friends over for dinner, and the only reason you're doing it is to enjoy their company because you love them. You are then extending the reality and presence of God to each of those people. In creation, the form is as you most desire it to be, because it gives you joy. In creation, love extends itself. The peace of Christ then depends on your willingness to abide in the presence for no other reason than to extend creation. To be one who receives love, acknowledges the presence of love, breathes love, and then allows it to flow through your body mind to your voice, the handwritten word, to the wink of an eye, to a smile on your face, to a hug, whatever it is. And then you're done with it and you move into the next moment, the next creation. You know, the mind that is free from the need to control and shape is free from identification with the past and any anxiety over the future. And it lives in the perfect eternal now. When this happens, then love lives you. It's time to celebrate and embrace yourself as the child of God. You are one who gets to experience love, create love, and also observe and witness the flow of love. For that is the truth of your reality. Your ability to be aware of the flow of love is unborn and undying, and you will never lose it. As the holy child of God, the power of your ability, the power of your beingness to allow love to flow through you is unlimited and forever. As the holy child of God, your capacity to enjoy the very act of being the one through whom love is extended is without equal in all of creation, and it too will never be taken from you. All that has ever happened to you in your life is that you have used time to lose the awareness of the truth. And in the next moment, you're free to choose again. You know, there's a statement in this book: I and the Father are one. Only love is real. I cannot possibly be a victim of what I see, since what I see is what I choose to see. And if I choose to see with the eyes of love, all I see is perfect innocence and the will of my Father clearly at work. You, in this book, Jesus says that the healed mind has trained itself to always choose the voice for love. Choice is yours. Doing things frantically or being the presence of love. It's your choice. When we are the presence of love, true creative expressions flow because it is the will of the Creator to extend itself through different forms that rise up and pass away. He says that the healed mind does not plan. It structures the day, but it doesn't plan what the day is going to be for. The healed mind surrenders into love and allows that love to birth the day. He says a healed mind is not interested in making. Its only interest is in the joy of creating for Source. It shows up where it's asked to be, and it doesn't complain about whatever it is asked to do. It merely does what it's asked. The healed mind is no longer attached to the world's definitions of success or failure. It's no longer attached to what others think of its creation, for a trust that Source operates through it in each and every moment. So making is the aspect of doing what you want in life. It's the aspect of shoving and pushing to have what you want no matter what. It's kind of like my way or the highway. Creating, on the other hand, is asking Spirit, what will you have for me to do in this moment? What would you like to create through me right now? Allowing Source to work through you is a very powerful state of being, for allowing does not resist anything in the field of action, anything. You merely make yourself available and you show up. A creator is one who delights in allowing the flow of life to find ways to touch the minds and hearts with love. The creator is merely being a conduit for and being involved in the creative extension of love. Nothing is seen as good or bad. It's just an instrumentation for carrying out the will of God, which is the extension of love. So just begin to observe the moments in your day when you can choose to create. Remember that the choice to create means I give this moment over to the will of Source. I wonder how I could simply surrender into being the presence of one who has accepted the kingdom of God for him or herself. And then I will see where it carries me in the next second. What begins to happen is that you begin to see that regardless of what is happening in all the conditions around you, the world has no effect on you. Your mind remains free to give up making for creating and to surrender that moment to the will of God. Accepting this inside of yourself is your accepting love's presence in your life, and you're breathing it in and celebrating it. When Jesus says the meek shall inherit the earth, he meant that eventually there will be established in the whole entire human consciousness that state of being, that the world will be populated by creators who get up each morning and know that this day belongs to Source, and they are willing to show forth the love of Source onto this world. When you truly decide to be the creator for Source, you sit and you ask, what will you have me do this day? And you just wait. Sometimes you make it the message to just take a day off and relax, read a book, go for a walk in the woods. Other days you may have the urge that you're supposed to go to the grocery store. Now your mind may say, I don't need anything from the grocery store. Yet internally, you will know that if you get the urge to go to the grocery store, then there's someone that you will meet that you're supposed to see and talk to, even if you never buy anything at the store. The book states, the mind of the one who chooses to create is no longer in resistance. Sanity has been reestablished, and there is nothing to fret about. So the one who knows the reality of perfect oneness is the creator. And the creator is empty of the small self, the lower self, the one that wants to be in charge. The knower of reality is the presence of love, spaciousness through which the creator extends its perfect will. It's not run by what other people think of it. It's not run by what it has accomplished in the past or what it perceives it must have in the future. The mind of the one who knows and rests in true creativity is merely present, witnessing the extraordinary, mysterious way of love. How do we get to that mind that can rest in the presence of Source? This is what I read the other day from Joel Goldsmith. Your stand from morning to night and night to morning must be that there is but one power. I do not say this lightly. I am well aware of all the appearances there are in the world. I know all the claims to power that exist, but I say to you that if you are going to live the spiritual life, you must come to the point where you understand that only God has true power in this world. All our discords have to do with our belief that we know what things are good and what things are not. There are no things that are good and there are no things that are not. God is the substance of all form. And whether you are ready to accept it or not, the truth is there is no good or not good form. There is only God form, a form that has no opposites. What then are these forms that we behold with the eyes? Concepts which have been etched into our minds by the belief of good and not good. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Regardless of what it is that you may call good, the label good was given to it by some person for some reason, but somewhere on earth there may be those who might call that very same thing bad. Let your contemplative meditation be arising above both, good and bad. Be still and begin with the premise that there is only God's Source. There must be, and if there is, God could not be God without being infinite, omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. That means there cannot be anything but God. That means there cannot be two powers, God and something else. There is only one. Live with the idea until you arrive at a place in consciousness where you know that there is only one power. And when you reach that place, you are back in the Garden of Eden. And that's from Joel Goldsmith. The Way of Mastery states, your mind is a mind that has been healed. You do not need to heal it. You only need to accept that healing has been accomplished already by the grace of the love that birthed you to create. You are already healed. And as the book states, it's time to get on with it. So I invite us to take this into a time of meditation. I invite you to just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and relax into the chair that you're sitting in. Just say this within your own being. My mind has already been healed by the grace that birthed me in its image. I need only use the power of the Christ mind to choose the perfect peace of God. I do so now and forevermore. I am one who knows. Source, what would you create in this moment through me that is an extension of your love? Now just observe what comes into your mind. What feeling just flows through your body? Just sit with it and feel what happens. What you're sensing is the presence of the Christ mind within you. There's no magic, no special pills, no special diet, special anything to reach this awareness of Christ within you. It's merely sitting, taking that deep breath in and letting it out. Dropping deep within yourself where the source resides. You just know in this very moment that you are truly joining with Source. When you can come to the time where you have no thought whatsoever that you are a separate ego that does not know God, then you will know that you are in your true right-mindedness. And in that moment, you are the knower of Source. So I invite you now just to take a deep breath in and go to that place inside. Deeper, 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 where you know your oneness with God, where you know the presence and power of Source within you. You are already healed. You are one with Source. You are one with the Almighty. You are one with all that is. And we say, thank you, sweet Spirit. Amen. And when you're ready, just take a deep breath and open your eyes and be present back in this moment of time. I want to thank you all for joining in this message today. And I especially want to thank everyone who has been supporting Unity Clear Lake Center with your financial donations. With this pandemic going on and our having such low attendance, at our Sunday services that I preside over. It's increasingly important to have your donations, your financial donations. The church still must stay open. We still have all of our taxes to pay. We have all of our, electricity to pay and the water and everything else. So we so appreciate and are so grateful for all your financial donations. So thank you again for joining us. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Namaste.